Hello, everybody. This is Cooper Reviews. I am starting this channel because I'm having or taking a reading class at my high school, my senior year, where we read books. And since I like reading books, I thought I have to do this for a project, but I'm just going to make a channel reviewing every new book that I read. So today, I have read these two books recently last week, so I'm going to review them. So first up is Kingsman, The Secret Service, written by Mark Miller, Dave Gibbons, and it was directed by Matthew Vaughn. So Mark Miller, as you might know, has written Kick-Ass and Wanted, Jupiter's Legacy, Civil War, Kingsman, The Secret Service. Dave Gibbons, was the artist who did The Watchmen, and then Matthew Vaughn directed. Sorry for the lighting. Matthew Vaughn directed for X-Men First Class and Kingsman. A couple other movies, but those are the two main ones. And today I'm going to talk about this. I know that this comic book was published in 2012, which I've seen the movie, and I have both the movies, and I really am the movies are great. I have both of them, Kingsman, The Secret Service, and The Golden Circle, or Gold Circle, on 4K. But I've known that this was the comic book, after the movie, that it said, no, this was the comic book before movie. And I've always seen it, and I've always tried to debate on buying it on Amazon. Should I wait in case I see it in a store? Which over last 2 weeks, I found both of them in a store in perfect, almost mint condition, nice. So yeah, first time reading Kingsman: The Secret Service, and then up next I have Kingsman: The Red Diamond, which is also from Rob Williams, who has done a lot of Doctor Who and Star Wars and some. I want to say, let me look. Doctor Who, Kingsman, Star Wars, some Suicide Squad books. So yeah. So first up, we're going to talk about Kingsman: The Secret Service, and whoa, this book was great. This is probably one of my top favorite comics, just when it goes to characters, the bad guy. So if you haven't read the comic, there will be some spoilers, just because. But it's just a great overall comic book. If you're a fan of sort of the James Bondish sort of spy books or movies, spy movies, you're gonna just love this book. This book is just so great, amazing. Same characters as the movie, and same sort of objective as the bad guy wanting to. Global warming is happening with the Gaia theory, and he's gonna have this cell phone frequency where people just start killing each other because the frequency. So it's that just the characters and the plot of how everything falls into place are different. Like, for instance, Galahad, who was Colin Firth's character in the movie, is actually, his name in the book is called Mr. London, and he is Eggsy's uncle instead of Harry, who was trying to pay his debt to Eggsy's dad, who saved his life by taking a grenade in the movie. So that, yeah. But other than that, the book was great. It had good pacing. The character development was great, and it'd be interesting if Matthew Vaughn took a little bit more from the book, because I definitely think, usually sometimes the book does a little bit better. The movie is just great, and the book is great. So if they would have added some more things from the book, it's awesome. Another difference is that Dr. Arnold is Mr. Valentine in the book, and if Professor Arnold was Mark Hamill in the movie, who had the Gaia theory, but Dr. Arnold is the bad guy, just different characters. And in this time, how in the movie he takes a bunch of celebrities and figures of power around the world. In this movie, it's he is taking celebrities from Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, some technologists. So yeah, so this book, great. I'm trying not to like give a bunch of spoilers because there is a lot more that happened in this book. But like if I tell you, then if you've seen the movie, it's like the same characters and the same story and the same objective, just different ways of leading up, the story and the characters, some other ones too. It's just a good book. I definitely recommend this. 10 out of 10. Next up, we have Kingsman, the Red Diamond, written by, sorry, the lighting, Rob Williams and illustrated by Simon Fraser. Yes. The Red Diamond. It was a good book. It wasn't as good as the first one. As you can tell, Mark Miller did not write this book. He actually, only wrote the first. But I thought it was good. Different story, almost some of the same characters from the first book, but there's actually a couple new ones in the book, and the bad guy and some new people, which I'm not going to tell because that's spoilers. But the characters were good. The story was good. The pacing was meh, in my opinion, because I just think that it went up and down, up and down, up and down. It never picked like one to go with, which I understand for some books that can be bad, but for some books that can be good. But I mean, just, when I hit this slow, it would hit the slow and then go fast and then slow instead of going fast, slow, or just fast, which I understand for some books that can be good and bad. But I just thought for this one, it was good. You can tell that it was, written by a different, Mark Miller and illustrated because the illustration is different. And this book got released in 2018, so a year after Kingsman, the Golden Circle got released. And I think this would actually be an interesting movie to pick than the Golden Circle. I'd really like to see if they would, and if if this book got released before, if they were to release this one instead of, take from this book instead of Golden Circle. So yeah, this book is also good. It's just sort of the first Kingsman, the Secret Service, really didn't take anything away, but this one sort of almost plays it like, I think the first book is like, a rated R movie as it is when it was a made movie. This book, I'd say definitely it's rated R, but almost a little like sort of where PG-13 and then rated R would go to if, they had that sort of middle ground in between. Other than that, I thought the book was good, but not great. So I'm going to probably give this maybe a 6 out of 10. I still enjoy it, and it picks up, after the Kingsman. Eggsy's still like the, how he is in the book, in the first book and in the movie, sort of, a little witty and, humorous at some points. But yeah, and another interesting thing before I go is that I actually read somewhere when I was looking on Google, just going on there for, to look at some things for just school and whatnot. I saw that there's been some things about the Kingsman 3 movie getting released, and like the plot and the story and some characters. So I also think that is cool. So yeah, those are my reviews for Kingsman, the Secret Service, and Kingsman Volume 2, The Red Diamond. Hope everybody enjoyed, and yeah, see everybody next review.